All right, we are mounted on the scooter and we are off. So we are going to be crossing over the old Pennsylvania Railroad Bridge here, which has been repurposed for the rail trail and another entrance and exit for the convention center, or expo center rather. So the Autobahn loop goes to the right. Schuylkill River Trail goes straight on. And then coming back, you can see the signs for the Perkiomen Trail, the Autobahn loop, and the Schuylkill River Trail. So this is probably going to get noisy through here because I am riding right next to 422. And you can tell it's rush hour because westbound 422 is crawling. So we are sort of on the alignment for the Pennsy line. The Pennsy line actually went on parts of 422 that was destroyed when they built it. There is another trailhead for the rail trail here. It's off of Paulings Road, which we just went under. So we are now entering Valley Forge National Park. And before anybody says about doing the filming in a national park, I don't care. That's a subject that I am not even going to entertain. If anybody says, oh, you can't do that, I really don't care. I'm filming. So off to my right here, which I'm going to be making a video on at some point too, is the final desilting basin for the Schuylkill River. And that is the Valley Forge desilting basin, and that is number 21. As far as I know, there are no other desilting basins from here all the way down to Philadelphia. So that'll be a future video. So this is a nice section of trail down through here. And this is the actual railroad bed for the Pennsy line. Nice macadam trail. And just passed the old mile marker for the line back there, which I'll stop and get pictures of on the way back. The next trailhead that we come come to should be down here at Bettswood. I'm thinking that's where it is. Finally getting away from the noise of 422, but that's going to be short-lived. Get down here to Bettswood, it'll get noisy again. Couple railroad ties are laying off to the right there, but that's all I'm seeing. And it almost looks like, the way the cut is here, it almost looks like this could have been double tracked through here. Just love driving down through here, or riding down through here rather, and just listening to the birds. So we got the Schuylkill River to the right of me, and there is another trail down there that runs along the river. I forget the actual name of it, but when I used to be an assistant Cub master with the Cub Scouts, I used to bring the pack down here, usually around this time in springtime, and it was a hike for them to earn one of their badges. It's a long hike too, from the parking area up at Paulings Road down to Bettswood. It's 3 miles, so that's a 6-mile hike for some young kids, but they enjoyed it. But the trail that's down there, do not recommend using a scooter. You can use a bike on it, but not a scooter. And we are down at Bettswood. This is the Bettswood parking area off to the right, and you can park in there and get up on the trail here. They do have picnic benches there and restroom facilities, so if you want to make a day of it and come down here and have a picnic and everything, that's you can do it there. They also have hibachi grills there too. So we are going to be going under 422 again, and we are headed towards Norristown. So they just rehabbed these bridges here and rebuilt the bridge going over to Schuylkill for Trooper Road, I think that is, recently, and expanded 422 through here. That's why this looks so new with rock and everything. So there is a factory coming up down here, and I forget the actual name of it, but there was a siding going in here alongside of this factory. This is actually considered Trooper, but you can see off to the right there where there would have been like a cutout there for a siding. There was a siding that went through here, and we'll stop up here at this historic marker, and it'll probably tell us a little bit more about this place. So the studio was founded by film pioneer Sigmund Lubin, not quite sure of the pronunciation, in 1912, and later owned and operated by Wolf Brothers of Philadelphia. From 1917 to 1922, the studio was the site of production for over 100 films of various genres with both electric and daylight stages, its own power plant, and a complete processing laboratory The 350-acre studio was world famous as one of the largest and most advanced studios of its time. So we'll see if I can get any other pictures of it down here, but this is the back side of it, and I don't see any way of getting around to the front of it, but right along here is where the siding would have been that came off the railroad. So it looks like there was a area there that I could go off the trail and get down there to the parking lot of the building. So maybe on the way back we'll take a quick swing through the parking lot there, and you can see the rest of the building. Lots of apartment buildings down along here that you might be able to see off to the right. I definitely would not want to live in one of these complexes. They're not for me. I will take my country living any day. So I'm not sure what the next trailhead is that we're going to be coming up on here, but most likely if I do come up on one, I'm going to be turning around and heading back. So we'll see if there's one down here. So we just passed mile marker 20 for the trail. So we are 20 miles from the beginning of it down in Philly. It is my goal to complete the whole thing. Looks like we got a bunch of birdhouses. Little Indian Creek Falls with a bunch of birdhouses back there. So I'm looking at my map, and there is another impounding basin along the Schuylkill River, but it is not accessible. So that is impounding basin number 22, but there is no way of accessing it. And I believe it is the now the site of the Upper Marion Township compost site. Lots of nice homes down here too along the river, and boats also. Because down here the river's deep enough that you can put boats in. Passing over another little bridge going over Indian Creek, which flows out into the Schuylkill River. It's actually Port Indian Road we're past. So there is the, not quite sure what dock is here on my right, but there is definitely docks and picnic areas and lots of boats that are parked there. So that's where you can launch the boat from into the river. might be a private boat launch area too, or you have to, or a club or something. Yep. They have a sign back there, members only, so that is a private boat club. Got some rowers on the river over there. Look like a, I forgot the name for them, but they're the ones that have 4 rowers in the boat. So I'll try and get a shot here of these rowers. There's another group or another one over there, but they must be in training because the boat that's next to them is a woman that's talking to them, coaching them on. So the coach gets to ride in the motorboat, and I guess the students, they got to row. So I know they do have this kind of competition down in Philly around the Art Museum on Boathouse Row there. I forget what time of the year they do that kind of competition. So you can't see it, but just on the other side of the trees over there, and I can hear the rumble of the engines. Straight over there is Abrams Yard for Norfolk Southern, and another impounding basin, which is impounding basin number 25. So as I'm looking at my maps coming down through here, I'm finding more impounding basins, but they are not accessible. And the Schuylkill Canal is on the other side of the river over there, so we won't be able to get to see any of that. Even the locks that are over there. There is a lock somewhere around here, but I'm not sure where. Looks like there is a lonely telegraph pole up here on the left. No insulators on it. So there is the old telegraph pole, no insulators on it. And what I thought was another mile marker, it's not. It's actually just a post in the ground there. I thought it was another cement mile marker, but I got to find that one on the way back and get pictures of that one. Looks like there's an old mausoleum up there to my left. Revenge of the Apocalypse would love that, seeing that old mausoleum. So I know there's a cemetery up there. Two more telegraph poles coming up here on the left. Yep, no insulators on them. The one thing that's nice about riding the trail down here and stopping and having my map up here as I go along, I know where Abrams Yard is now. I've heard of it all the time on Facebook discussion groups talking about it, but never knew where it was. But yeah, it's down here outside of Norristown. Now I know what they're talking about down here with all the trash that I saw in one of the Facebook posts. There's another cement foundation probably for the railroad. We'll check that out on the way back. But I just came into the area down here where there's a bunch of homeless camps down here. I remember the Facebook group that I'm on talked about it. This area down here was bad with trash and everything. And yeah, now I see what they're talking about. Because we are coming into Norristown. So we are at mile marker or mile post here, 24.5, I believe. So I believe this is where we are going to turn around, because I am in Norristown and I am at Riverfront Park, so it's actually mile marker 17.9. So we'll go up here and check this bridge out. But yeah, here, looking at this bridge, looks like there were 3 tracks here at one time going through this area. So we'll go up here and get pictures, but as far as venturing any further, we are not venturing into Norristown any further than what we already are. All right, we are headed back. I am turning around because I do not feel comfortable by myself heading down into Norristown any further, but and the trail down there gets a little squirrely going through Norristown itself. I don't know if you got to go on any roads down there or what, but we were at Riverfront Park, so that is I guess pretty much the trailhead I was looking for to turn around and head back. So we were probably a good 5 miles, maybe more, probably more than that from Oaks. I did not expect to make it all the way down here to Norristown from Oaks. So I got a little bit of a drive, a little bit of a ride to get back. So there is this foundation from the from when I came through here before. So this might have been for a signal. I don't know if there was a signal bridge here or not, but it was definitely for the railroad. I'll have to look at some overhead photos and see what that is there. So I just went through a quarter battery on the scooter. So I should be able to make it back with plenty to spare. And I'm riding all through here. Coming down, I was at 8 miles an hour. Coming back here, I'm at 9 miles an hour. So shouldn't have any problems getting back, hopefully. Looks like we got a groundhog out up here. Yep, he's headed to his hole. He's actually letting me get pretty close. So, dogs and wildlife again in the video. Gotta love it. And I gotta stop up here and get a picture of this and show you the mile marker that's here. So this is mile marker 75 on one side. And on the other side, it is mile marker 20. So 75 miles to wherever. that would be. And 20 miles, well, I would say that's 20 miles from Philadelphia. So we are coming up on that picture company, and since I got time and battery left, we are going to stop here and actually go off trail and go down into the parking lot and try and get some better pictures of the building. So there is a look of the building for the motion picture company. I don't see any other information placards around here or any boards or anything that would give more information about this place other than the historical marker that's over there along the rail trail. So we are going to head back on the trail, and we are at 422 here, so we'll be crossing under 422, going past Bettswood, probably about 3 miles from Oaks. So when I came back up onto the trail off of the from the parking lot there, I looked down, and this where the siding was here, there was definitely a siding there because it had the coal silt all over the place there. And that bridge is even lit up at nighttime underneath it. Very nice. There it is. Knew it was here somewhere. You got to be able to see it right there. So it's actually 23 and 23 on both sides. So that's weird. So I'm not quite sure what those numbers mean, because the one that was down closer to Norristown, that was 75 on one side and 20 on the other. And now this one up here is 23 on both sides. And we are back in, well, we've been in it since we were in Bettswood, but Valley Forge National Park. This is actually the outer rim of Valley Forge National Park along 422 here. This is not the actual park itself, but it's considered the park, but it's not the main part of the park, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So we are at mile marker 23, and I believe when we were in Norristown, we were at mile marker 17.9, I believe. So, since I got time and battery left on the scooter, let's take a little ride here on the Autobahn Loop while we're at it. See where this takes us. This looks like this is the Paulings Road trailhead. There you can see the traffic I'm talking about. It's moving a little bit faster now, but it wasn't. That's why I hate this time of the day. So I am actually up here past the Paulings Road trailhead, and believe I'm on the Autobahn Loop, which goes across 422 over by St. Gabriel's Hall, which I'll show you that up here in a minute. So there is a view of St. Gabriel's Hall, which is a center for the youth, troubled youth maybe, I want to say. I forget what it is, but I know it's a youth center over there. So that is how the curve here on 422 got its name, St. Gabe's Curve or St. Gabriel's Curve. It's because of the youth center over there. All right. We are going to turn around and head back. I'm not quite sure how long the Autobahn loop goes here, but obviously it goes around Autobahn, hence the name. So I am down to a half a battery now on the scooter. So I'm not that far away from the car, but I don't like chancing anything, and I've been riding long enough now. I'll have to figure out the total miles and put it at the bottom of the screen at the end of the video. But I'm getting hungry too, so it's soon time to head for home. So the Autobahn loop, yep, we'll save that for another day. I'll see how far it actually is and come back here another day when it's nice and make a video of that. So we are back at the parking area. I see my Jeep ahead. So hopefully you enjoyed that video here at the complex, the Philadelphia Expo Center here in Oaks. The history there, the two railroads that ran through here, and the drive and ride, I should say, down to Norristown and back from here. So it was a good day for a ride. I went through a half a battery on the scooter, and the total miles that I rode today will be at the bottom of the screen there. So that'll tell you how far I went. Going about anywhere between 8 and 10 miles an hour. So if you keep it slow, you can cover a lot of distance, but great day for it. So if you did like the video, please give it the thumbs up. Also, if you're new to the channel, considering hitting that subscribe button down there if you just found the channel and are new, And if you are already a subscriber, you can ring the bell down there in the corner of the screen and you'll be notified when I upload new videos to YouTube. So again, thank you to all the new subscribers in the past week, 2 weeks, and to everyone that follows me on the other social media platforms out there, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. So until next time, it's have a ball and do it all. We'll see you soon.